What up, everyone? It's Harley, and we're taking my Grey's Anatomy content and the slide-in intro that everyone seems to think I get rug burn from TikTok to YouTube. Welcome to my first official YouTube video. If you don't know me, I'm Harley. I started on TikTok, and for a while I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and TikTok might be getting banned, so I thought, why not a better time? Also, if you're just finding me on YouTube, I mostly make Grey's Anatomy content. Didn't intend to start that way, but things went well on TikTok with one video, and now we're here. Also, please bear with me. I am currently filming all of this on a GoPro. I decided very quickly I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I'm figuring out all the kinks with getting a camera and stuff like that, so may not be the best quality video right now. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a Grey's Anatomy Q&A. I posted a TikTok about a week ago, and I got about 100 questions in, so probably gonna have to make a part 2 of this, but I'm gonna get through as many as possible right now. All right, let's get into it. 1, which death did you find the saddest? Also, spoiler alert on all of these. Would it be wrong to say Alex Karev? Because I know he didn't die, but sure felt like a death. But if we're talking real deaths, it would have to be Mark or Lexi. I think that they were the only ones that, well, I knew Derek's was coming and I knew George's was coming. So they were the only ones that really took me by surprise. So I would have to say that those were the saddest for me because I wasn't expecting them. Question 2, who do you ship Owen with the most? Amelia, Teddy, or Christina? Okay, so there's another question I think someone asked in here, so I guess I'll just answer both. And they asked why I don't like Owen. So to answer this question, I honestly don't think he deserves any of them except, well, maybe Teddy with everything that happened this season. But the reason I don't like Owen, and I think that a lot of people just kind of throw everything in that he did, I don't blame him for the whole thing with Christina in like the earlier seasons because he does have PTSD. But I think that honestly, he doesn't communicate well. Maybe season 15 they did this, but he talked about going to therapy. I think he even did therapy for an episode, and I think they really should have gone deeper into that because he's obviously got a lot of issues, but I just don't like the way he treats women, especially how he dealt with Christina and her not wanting to have kids, and then Amelia after saying that she doesn't think she wants to have kids when she thought she was pregnant, and I just really don't like the way he treats women. That's my main issue with him. I think he could have been a great character at the very beginning, but personally, he's just not a favorite of mine. Question, 3. Who was your favorite guest character? For example, Erica Hahn, Minnick, etc. I would have to say one of my favorite guest star characters, and I think you can count this, is Helen Karev. I absolutely loved when she came onto the show, and it really showed how her and Alex's relationship had changed because for all these seasons you hear him talk about his mom and the rough relationship he had at home with his parents. And I think that when his dad came onto the show, it didn't end the way we were hoping, where like things would be better for them before he died. But with his mom, it was a really different storyline, and she got to meet Joe, and you could tell that Joe had kind of built a relationship with her as well, which is amazing because Joe has had such a troubled past with family. So that's why Helen Karev has got to be one of my favorite guest star characters on the show. Okay, this one says, a lot of people hate Penny, but I actually liked her. What are your thoughts on her? And I think there was also a question somewhere else in here about if I thought she was really the reason that Derek Shepard died, so I'll just go ahead and answer those all together. So personally, I was not a fan of Penny. Maybe not like hate, like sometimes I make jokes on TikTok, like I had a whole list of characters like I would fight if I was a character on Grey's Anatomy, and she was in the list. But out of everyone that I dislike on the show, I think she's probably one of the people I dislike less than others. Definitely not someone I really like that much. I did like her and Meredith's mentorship relationship, but her as a single character, she was just kind of there. And to answer the other question of if I think that she is the reason that Derek died, no, I do not. I think that Paul Costello, the doctor that shows back up in season 16, I think that is all on him. She was a resident. She was trying to get him a CT. She kept suggesting it, and the doctor just kind of like brushed her off and disregarded what she was saying. So she tried, and yes, Derek was in her care, but I will not say that it is her fault that Derek died. Thoughts on Derek getting kidnapped? Derek Shepherd was 100% absolutely kidnapped by the government. And okay, so this is another show, but spoiler alert if you haven't watched Gossip Girl. My theory is he pulled a Bart Bass like on Gossip Girl, and he faked his death. I think the government made him fake his death, but either way, the sentiment's the same, because they were both on life support, and then somehow miraculously didn't actually die. So that's my theory. Also, if we're talking about kidnapping, Alex Karev was 100% kidnapped. I know people are probably going to come for me if they ship Izzy and Alex, but yeah, that was not it. He would not go back to Izzy, and people are going to say, oh, well, he went back for the kids. If you watch 1616, which I've only watched it once because I will never watch it again, look at those children. They look way too stock photo to be real children. There's no way those kids are real. Alex Karev was in fact kidnapped, as well as Derek Shepherd. By who? Probably Izzy, but some people say Ava. Some people said he was also kidnapped by the government. Who knows? My theory is he was kidnapped. He wouldn't leave Joe. Oh, I like this question. Okay. You can only invite 6 characters to a sleepover. Who are you inviting and why? And whose house would it be at? Okay, so 6 characters. Definitely Christina, Joe, Lexi, Amelia, Alex. Shoot, now I'm at 6. Or I'm at 5. And Meredith. And whose house? Okay, it would either be Joe and Alex's loft, but also the area is kind of sketchy, so maybe not. Or Meredith's house, because half of the people I listed pretty much at some point already lived there. So, I mean, why not just go there? It's a glorified frat house. There'd be plenty of room for everyone. And, oh, and why would I invite those characters? They're just my top favorite characters on the show. So, no other reason really than that. And I think they'd have... and I think it would be fun to be around all of them. Personally, you know, just go into all the drama at the hospital, get all the gossip, you know, it's a sleepover. Thoughts on Mare's friend who called her deaf? Mare's friend that called... Oh, this is Sadie. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But I'm going to assume it's Sadie and go with that. Honestly, I kind of forgot about Sadie. I don't know. I think she caused a lot of drama and trouble at the hospital. So in that aspect, yeah, it's a show about drama. So I guess she was great for that. But personally, I don't know. I was just kind of neutral about her. I know a lot of people like absolutely hated her. I don't know. She was there. She wasn't even around that long for me to really decide if I liked her or not. All right, this one is probably going to get mixed opinions, but this is mine. Do you like mariluka? No, I do not. Especially at the beginning, I was very, very anti-mariluka. Personally, to me, I just don't like the combo of Meredith and Andrew. I liked Andrew as a character alone, except for all the stuff in season 13 with Alex and the trial, but in the end, I think he kind of turned it around. I just don't feel like it's a good pairing. That's my personal opinion. I don't like it. I would much prefer Mare to be with Hayes. I don't know why. I would just like it better. But I do think that this season, hopefully, whenever they start filming, that Meredith is going to probably play... that Meredith is probably going to play a pivotal role in Andrew's recovery and dealing with, most likely he has bipolar disorder. That's what it seems to be like to me, at least. So I feel like she's going to be pretty influential in helping him through that. So that might be an interesting story to see play out, but personally as a couple, I don't like them. So I just filmed several of these questions and then turned around to realize the mess that's in the back of my room. Ignore it, it's just a pile of stuff. I'm in college, but I've been home because of COVID, and I've kind of just got everything in my room here because I wasn't expecting to be here that long. I came home for spring break in March for a week, and it's July. Anyways, so the next question I have is, what do you want Joe's next chapter to be? Do you want her to find love again? I think would be really weird right now to see her with anyone but Alex. I really can't imagine it. But, you know, she's got to move on. You know, she's strong. She's going to get through it. So I think right now I want to see her focus on like her friendships, like with Link, and surgery and becoming a kick-ass surgeon. All right. This question I think is kind of funny because someone's asking me how they're supposed to feel. And like personally, you know, I'm just going to give my opinion, but it's obviously up to you. So they asked, how am I supposed to feel about Tom Karasik? And I know Tom is a character that a lot of people have different opinions on right now. Personally, I have a love-hate relationship with Tom Krasik's character. I think that he has a lot of potential, but sometimes comes off as an ass. I think that he brings a lot of like humor to a show that can sometimes be very drama heavy, but at the same time, he's got a very interesting backstory. You know, I definitely changed my opinion on him as a character when he started sharing, you know, the story about his son and stuff. Like at first when he came on, I guess season 14, I just thought he was like a jerk, and I was like, ugh, whatever. He seems like a guest starring role. He probably won't be here that long. And now he's I think he's considered a main cast member now. But anyways, so really it's up to you to decide how you feel about Tom. Some people like him, some people don't. I'm kind of mixed on it. Of all the Grey's Anatomy characters, who was the best exit and the worst exit in your opinion? Okay, so the best exit to me was Christina Yang. I miss Christina dearly. I wish she would come back to the show. But out of everyone, I definitely think she got the best ending. She didn't get killed off. She got a job at a place that she loves. And, you know, it was really her time to go. I mean, especially with Sandra Oh talking about, you know, she wanted to move on. She didn't want to stay longer than 10 seasons. But Christina needed to grow as a doctor, and this was the next step for her. Also, I love the last dance it out scene. So out of everyone, I think she got the best send-off. Worst one, Alex Karev. Hands down, the worst one for me. I cried more that episode than I did when Derek Shepherd died or Mark and Lexi died. And that says a lot because I cried a lot during those episodes. I really think that Alex Karev, again, said it before, kidnapped. If he did leave for the children, okay, but he doesn't love Izzy. And that's where I feel like, and he says it in there, you know, that he loves both of them. He would choose Joe if it weren't for the kids. But a lot of people miss that part and talk about, oh, Alex loves Izzy. They were meant to be, they were endgame. And I'm sure someone's going to come for me. You know what? Everyone's got a different opinion. If you think they were endgame, fine. But here's my opinion. When Izzy leaves, she comes back and Alex tells her to leave because he deserves someone who will stay and he deserves better than what she's giving him. Well, in season 13, when Joe is ready to run off because she's scared about her husband finding her, he tells her to stay. He tells her to stay and he tells Izzy to leave because he deserved better than Izzy. So take that as you will. You don't have to agree with me, but that's my take on it. He loves Joe. He was kidnapped. Okay, so I think for today that those are going to be all the questions I'm going to answer. I'll probably do a part 2 because I know there are a lot of questions here. I think I hit like over 100 questions. So there's definitely a lot to answer. A couple repeats in there, but not too many. So for now, bye guys.